Good evening, everyone. I trust that we are all doing very well. We are doing great. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for the past few days due to the death of Mohbad, and it has not been. Let me use the word. It has not been okay. Aroliafa for many of us that probably we've met with the boy and we actually will have one encounter with him and the other. My experience with Mohbad was simple. Mohbad, the very first day I met Mohbad, it was, I can say categorically that it happens to be a very gentle and humble guy. I met him through Bella Shmuda. Bella Shmuda actually brought him to my estate. In fact, that day we recorded a song, which unfortunately I lost. Katie Niga. I lost my system, as in I was traveling between two cities in America, and I think I've mentioned it before online, where my laptop got stolen, my hard drive, my glasses, my old passport, everything got stolen, and I lost the data to that song. And ever since then, we've been looking for ways to actually get the song done again, only for us to actually hear last week that he died. Now, quickly, the reason why I'm here is not actually to talk about my relationship with the boy, but it's actually to say this, that I am scared that we are getting so emotional, and most of us are reacting so emotional that we might not eventually get, if our emotions are not actually removed from all of these things. The justice system anywhere in the world does not answer to emotion. Why I'm doing this live, I read the reports from what came from the police station today, from some of the things that they said. I know where we are seeking for justice for, which is actually where I am also seeking for justice for. The justice I seek is not just for the boy dying. It's actually more about the things that happened, that killed the boy before he eventually died. Because I hope you guys can hear me now. Somebody said no volume. Somebody said they should look for the people that killed him. See, from what I have heard, I'm a bit close to his camp. From some of the people that are close to him, from some of the things that I have heard, there is a part of the boy dying, which was what we saw last week. But there is a more serious part to the things that was done to that boy before he died. There were things that was done to that boy before he died, and I think if you are looking for justice, those things need to be looked into. I checked the reports that the police guys were saying that they will exhume his body. If they exhume the body, most of the people that we all are angry about, they will still escape, because they might not find their hand in the real death of that boy. But what we need to go and visit is, what are the things that killed the boy before he eventually died. Do you guys understand? Yes, like healing doctor said, that boy died before he eventually died. Whatever you saw in terms of them doing that, whatever happened last week, was just like the summation of what the guy has been going through. I was with Bella a few months ago, and Bella was not even talking to me about his own stuff. Bella was talking to me more about Mohbad. And he was telling me some of the things that has been happening to him and all of that. You understand that the boy has been going through pains, the cheating and all of those things. So what I'm saying is, if we really want to get what is it called, the kind of justice that that boy needs, we should look beyond what happened last week. That is his eventual death. Let us look at all those videos that we keep seeing, where the boy was being molested, where the boy was not just from the camp of his record label. Also, I am totally disappointed from the way some of his family members are talking. It's painful more when you see, I've been so disgusted that how can you be talking about your son that just died this way? Somebody called me and said, because we were talking about it, and somebody said the man is grieving. The man is grieving, Bao. Why we say the man is grieving and is saying all of those things as if he has been bribed? For the actual death, I'm sure the auxiliary nurse will be indicted. A whole lot of things will happen. They will see probably some of the, because from what I heard, and I was not there, was just what I heard from his camp, that he complained that his hand was paining him, that they gave him an injection. The injection they gave to him reacted, he started vomiting, the next thing started shaking. Before they could get him to the hospital, he was dead on arrival. Which is to say that that injection might not have been intended to actually kill him, but eventually probably spike something up to actually kill him. This is a boy that the record label keep claiming that is this, is that, and like I said, I've met this boy once, twice. I've spoken to some people. The experience everybody has about that boy, sincerely, is totally different from what, I'm sorry to say, the record label, you understand, is claiming was wrong with that boy. Which is to say, there is a whole lot more. And the other part to it, I see so many comments. There was even one idiot that went to do one, his face, he didn't show his face, he was just speaking Yoruba, doing, what is it called, ranting online, saying all sorts about record labels and all of that. Anybody that knows me, I have run a record label. And I can be bold here to tell you that, look, when I was running Coded Tunes with my guys, it was never a cult. It was never intended to actually hold anybody to ransom. And I will say this too, that it is hard with the way things are now to actually hold anybody to ransom. And I will say this, that boy I started doing way better after he left the record label. He just got a house. In fact, a lot of things started happening for him. And I know few people that have actually called me that they needed him for, what is it called, that they needed him for shows and all of that. That yes, they've started talking to him and he's getting shows because that boy is talented. The verse he gave to me on the song that I recorded with him, God Sees My Heart, that verse was sick. That I've started having conversation with my own close people that, look, if this guy can't run this thing by himself, is there a way that we can also try to run? Which is why we have people like Pumping and all of those around him to make sure that, okay, nothing eventually happens to him. In fact, at some point, there are some things that I really want to say here. At some point, we were asking that if there is a need to have police guys around him and all of that, because it was not that we didn't hear that some of these things were happening. Yes, for a lot of people that have been saying some, and they can quote me here, a lot of cloud chasers that are trying to make this a means of gathering numbers. Sincerely, you are worse than the people that actually hurt that boy. What the world is looking for is a way for this boy to find peace from this justice that the whole world is looking for. But for some of you that are trying to use it to gather numbers, to catch clouds, you know, it's that alone has been messing my brain up for the past few days. This thing has been messing my brain up for the past few days. You can't use this to be gathering, what is it called? Have we lost our humanity? That we are using this boy's death to be gathering numbers, to be gathering things that should not have been. I am begging. Let what needs to be done be done. That is one. Number two, I said it, that they also need to check in, look into those things, those things that happened before the boy eventually died. That is, for me, sincerely, that is what I'm looking for. Look at all the harassment video, look at all of those things, look at all the lies, look at all the things that has happened. I don't have much information, which is why I will celebrate my ignorance with that. That I don't want to, that even notice I've not been mentioning any names. But I have a strong feeling that whatever that is going on is deeper than what we are saying. And I will say this with all sense of humility. Guys, this industry is suffering because some wrong monies entered it. And I'm being sincere with you guys. Most of these guys need to understand what I've done interviews, I've done on podcasts, on all of those things. Okay, Dapo, you said, should he have been arrested for question? Obviously, yes, Dapo, yes. He should have been invited. He happens to be the boss. We are seeing all of those videos. Like I said, that boy died before he eventually died. A 27-year-old boy, let us, all of us, look at it this way. A 27-year-old boy having BP. What caused the BP? What? All those things caused the BP. So in a way, I'm not a policeman. I'm not a government official. But I'm just saying, when you start to look at all these things, they need to actually look deep into what were the things that caused his state of mind to be like that. That boy was always talking. Even when he's doing a song that people are supposed to be vibing to, he was telling the world about his pain. He was telling the world about his pain. He was saying a whole lot of things. But the problem was, people, not that, sincerely guys, people were listening. People were actually taking steps underground. Some that I know. Some even told me some things, which I felt like, yes, let them go ahead and do what they had to do. But unfortunately, as much as we are looking for truth now, there is a lot of people too online that are trying to use this as a means of clout. Now, when I say means of clout, sincerely, somebody mentioned my name. She was not looking for clout. She was not referring to me as a bad person. She was just trying to, a lot of people, that now there are different types of reactions that have been going on since this thing started. There are people that have genuine need to actually speak up. Yes, thank you, Zuriel. She said the BP was triggered by all the actions on to, yes, his mental health was shattered. And yes, that was for me, which is why I said they should not just say there was no hand on him when they exhumed the body down. They found whether it was just that injection. Yes, the nurse should be arrested if that was the case.
SDV Entertainment.